Okay, it's time to go in depth on a couple of the stories in the headlines this week, maybe the ones that'll be headlines tomorrow as well. That means it's time for the fastest 4 minutes in TV news. There's the Fox 4's Ben Ferguson. You have your IFB in now.
I got it in now. I know exactly what you're saying.
I was gonna go get a little crazy. All right, there's radio host and Fox 4 political analyst Ben Ferguson. All right, Ben, any fantasies about defunding Planned Parenthood or shutting down the government over that funding? They died today, didn't they, with the bipartisan spending bill?
Yeah, they did. I can't imagine that something at the last minute would come out of this or change. I mean, I still think there's going to be a huge fight to defund Planned Parenthood. It's certainly going to be a center point of this presidential campaign. And there's also more videos that are expected to come out to continue to keep the pressure there. The groups that got these videos, they played this very, very well. They didn't just throw them all out there at once. They kept them coming day after day, week after week, and apparently there's still more that are going to be coming out. So I think this will be going on for a long time. But as far as the government shutdown, it looks like we're going to end up still having the government doing their, I guess, kind of their job, whatever it is they do with all of our money.
I think the thinking was that they didn't want it to affect a Republican candidate in the presidential election.
Yeah, the polls showed that people do not like it when the government shuts down. And when it does shut down, you get every story about little Timmy and little Susie trying to go see the American flag in Washington, D.C., but they can't do it.
Are you talking about in the media?
Yeah, you know, I'm just saying.
Okay. Hey, Ted Cruz ripped GOP leadership for caving, praised the Democrats, surprisingly, but praised them for being willing to, quote, crawl on broken glass with a knife between their teeth to fight for their policies. Is this why Boehner quit, this whole topic?
Look, Boehner quit because Boehner lost support from a ton of his members in Congress, and he was going to be in serious trouble for the speakership, and I think he was going to get a no confidence vote, and that's when, you know, do you really want to go down in history as losing your job that way while still being in Congress? So I think from his point, hey, move on.
Okay, let me take you to Paris, France, Ben,
yeah.
Which I wouldn't normally do. But anyway, there's an animal rights story going on. An animal rights group stole a puppy from a homeless man. You can see the puppy's homeless owner crying as the two essentially attack him, take the dog, and run away. You wanted to talk about this, you know, but I want to ask you before you need to speak with le before. So is this le brutal? This is le bad? What do you see?
Yeah, you're not the police. There's two parts of this that drive me crazy. One, the animal rights activists act like they're the police here. They're not the police. They should have called the police and gotten them involved if they truly were afraid that this dog was somehow in harm's way. I also understand their viewpoint here, which is many people that are homeless, do you have the appropriate place and the ability to be able to take care of an animal? Certainly that's up for debate because you as a human being are homeless, not having an appropriate place for you to be. But at the same time, is it your job to come in and rip a puppy out of a homeless man's hands? I would say no, and this has gone viral all over the world. Millions of people looking at this, seeing it, but I think they crossed the line there.
It's interesting. There is a law in France that if it were me or you, and I guess we had a home, they would have to notify us before they came and took an animal. And this story is evolving. The animal rescuers at first said the man was using the puppy to beg, and that's not so unbelievable to me.
No.
That dog would be a sympathetic partner, and that wouldn't surprise me if that was happening. But then after social media outrage, the group put out video of the dog playing in a shelter, saying she was much happier now, and claimed the homeless man was drugging her, offered zero proof. It's a strange thing, and the rescuers are selling the puppy for $200 now. I don't know where this is.
I don't buy it. I mean, you don't get to be the police and steal dogs from people just because you're the animal rights people.
It's blowing up, though, so we'll see that on the internet. All right, finally, you want to talk about Susan Hawk, the Republican Dallas district attorney who's out of office, drug rehab before the election, mental health rehab and therapy now. And I got the sense you wanted to suggest she stepped down. Did I misread your thoughts?
I absolutely think she should step down, and it's for one main reason. It's for not being transparent early on. When she was running for re-election, she claimed that, in her campaign claimed that it was a back issue, back surgery, whatever, when in reality it was prescription drug abuse. If you come out and you're honest, that's one thing. But even this time, the first moment when she went AWOL, her campaign said there is, or I should say her staff said there is nothing wrong. She's on vacation. Well, there is something wrong, and I'm okay with dealing with mental health. I'm okay with someone seeking help for that. I think it's a good thing to get rid of that stigma. But when you are the district attorney and you lie to your people that you're supposed to be serving, that's why I think you should step down. If I'm someone that's having to deal with her and she's in charge of my life, whether I go to jail or whether I'm prosecuted or not, I don't trust her right now. I don't trust that she's telling the truth about her own life. Why would I trust her with the details of my court case, whether that could put me in jail for a significant number of years? I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal. Do you really want this woman being in charge of your life in any capacity or your family's life as a district attorney when you cannot trust her story on her own life right now. I think she's got to walk away from this position.
Wow.
And I honestly think other people should have been calling for it earlier, because she literally holds people's lives in her hands with what she decides to do and charging them with crimes or not charging them.
I am only surprised, but I think yours is the strongest conservative voice to push for that so far.
Well, I'll take heat for it, but I just don't think she's in a place where I would want her to be in charge of anybody's court case right now.
Okay. All right. You can join
now.
Ben's.
Now they can rip on me on Twitter for that.
Well, look, and here's how they can do it. Everybody can go. He's the @Ben Ferguson Show on Twitter. Send Ben a message, rip him or agree with him. We just want you to watch and then comment. Ben, thank you.
Thank you.